Well, hello, Libras. How is everybody doing today? Hey, I want to get started with some real quick news and to hopefully help protect you guys out there, the tarot community. Some of you may not know my background's been in criminal justice, also nutrition and fitness, but I have a degree in both. And my specificity is fraud and scams and things like that. Well, being a new YouTuber, I think the scammers didn't think I'd catch on to them, but there's some Nigerian people trying to scam people out of spell casting and things like that. So if you're getting anything from a spellcaster, if you see comments on any tarot readers, think for spellcasters, ritualists, voodoo doctors, witches. There are real people out there that, you know, do that and believe in that. And but these scammers, you'll see that they'll either post an email, either from Gmail, especially Yahoo, or you'll see a phone number that starts with 234. That's Nigeria, hun. So please don't send your money to them. Please don't waste anything on spellcasting from them. They will get dump phones and have United States phone numbers as well. And they could be mostly from Texas, Connecticut, and Arizona. So watch those prefixes. Make sure you save your money. Protect yourself. Please share this with anybody who does like to go on and watch readings. Don't pay attention to those. They will say they're in the United States. They're not. I went to Africa. I was married to an African for a very short time. But I actually, as a criminal justice, went over there and did my own investigating. And it's a big joke. It's a big joke to them. And they have no remorse for what they do. They're poor. A lot of these places are third world countries. They're trying to find new ways, new scams. And so they're poor. So protect yourself. Protect all the readers. These are for people who are monetized. This is their income. Hopefully one day I'll be there and somebody will protect me. All right, so let's get started. So we are actually doing a reading for the end of the month. Oh my gosh, I've been looking at the planets and seeing what's been going on there. There is a lot going on. But we're actually going to be doing this from the 24th to the 31st. So for Libras, let's see what the energies are. I will give you some of the planet energies. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of unsettledness for the end of the month, but there's a lot of passion and a lot of desire going on. But with that also comes with somebody not being straightforward. So how about that? That'll give you anxiety, won't it? All right. So, okay, so one of the energies there popping out. Yeah, we are going to need some strength. We are going to need some patience when it comes to, we need some patience when it comes to the end of the month because we've got Venus opposing Pluto rather than Mercury opposing Pluto, which means that there is going to be a lot of unsettled. People are not going to agree with each other. We need to step back and let each other have their opinions. And that's going to take strength because a lot of us want to give us our own opinion. So that is part of that. That's going to take some inner strength from Libras. It's going to take inner strength from all the signs. Yeah. So that's going to be one of the energies. So Divine, is there anything other energy you want me to focus in on for the end of the month? All right. Thank you. Okay. So we have strength and we've got dry desert. Okay, so in a dry desert, you know, we really get parched. We really get thirsty. Things are not happening. Things are not moving. Things seem to be like torturous because it's, you know, the desert. You think about what a desert is to you. That is a hot place. Nothing is happening. Pretty much everything's dead, you know, but you have a special kind of life that can live and sustain in that, right? So we have to find how we can sustain through the end of the month, get watered, get fed, just like a garden, a desert. Even though you see this desert is being dry, look at in the background, there is a, I can't even get this on here. There is a cactus. Do you see that? And it's very green. It's very subtle. So, or very brilliant as far as the colors. So we want to make sure in that dry desert, are we actually being thankful, grateful for all that we do have. Because right now there's a dry desert for many Americans, you know, being no income. That's huge dry desert. That's huge. That's huge test of time and test of strength, test of calmness, test of spirit, test of body, test of everything. Yeah. Okay, now let me make sure though. Sometimes I start talking and then I put all these, yeah, these are upside down. So we have the star, which is more spirit balance kind of thing. This is a good card. This is a positive card that's coming up. So for the 1st of September, the vibrations are actually supposed to get better with this anxiety and uncertainty feeling. So yeah, so just hang on through the end of the month. You can do this. You can stay calm. You can show people that you're, I don't want to say a better person. I heard better person. Nobody's better than anybody else. So that's probably just my own brain thinking that. Because Divine knows nobody's no better than anybody else. So, but you really want to sort of focus in on that. So we have the 5 of Swords. So again, there's going to be conflict. There is going to be uncertainty. There is going to be a little bit of kerfuffles. You know, okay, so what is happening is that towards the end of the month, you're going to get to the point where you're like, you know what? I just don't agree with you. I just don't want to hear it. But just sit there and understand that that person's truth or perspective is not yours. So I say truth because their journey, no matter what they have done, even if they live the most dysfunctional life, that's their truth because that's all they know. They haven't been educated to something different. So if it's your truth, your journey, that's what you know. That's your truth and your belief. Whether it's right or wrong doesn't matter. It's your truth, their truth. So let's just say towards the end of the month, all we're going to do is we're going to listen to their truth. Maybe we don't agree with it. Maybe in our minds we're saying that's a bunch of bullshit. But the thing is, that's what they believe and they walk in. Now, if you're a light worker, then yeah, that's our job to actually sort of educate them on why they think that way and how to lift that better up in vibrations. If you're not a light worker or you're doing shadow work, then it may not have any meaning, any sense to you, anything at all. Yeah. So again, we're going to have some conflict. We're going to have some negative energies. We're going to have some negative things flying around the end of the month for Libra. And basically what you're wanting to do is focusing in on the positive, the high vibrations, the energy. So if you're getting in a conflict, if you're really stuck, nothing is moving, nothing is happening, find something to be grateful for. Try to lift those vibrations. So that's what that's where that is. And the Hangman definitely does say that. Okay. So the Hangman is very much about intuitive, and you're going to know whoever you're working with or talking to towards the end of the month. This could be a partner, could be a friend, it could be different people every day for this next week. But the thing is, just pull your intuition back and say, you know what, this is one of those times that, you know, Patty was talking about in the reading, to step back and just calm. It's their thought. Let them keep it. Especially as women, we sometimes have to learn to know when to zip it. Men do it very, very well. It's just sometimes they just don't unzip it sometimes enough, right? So we want to make sure that we're in that. If we're in a storm, just knowing the storm is coming to an end, the anxiety, the frustration, the nervousness is coming to the end after about the 27th. Things are really going to hype up and start showing a little bit more energy, like a little nervous energy, because things are not being told, things are not being seen like they're supposed to. And if you're in a relationship or with somebody's not being straightforward. Okay, so that's where this is probably going to come from. And just keep, here's the thing, is if you're in a relationship and things are not coming forward, if they're not being straight, or even in friendship, this happens to friendships. It happens in any relationship. We get into a little kerfuffle, and then we just focus on the negative, the negative, the negative. So the Five of Cups is saying, don't do that. Focus on the positive. You know, if you look at the card, he's really focusing in on those cups that are all turned over. He needs to turn around, focus in on the two that are standing up. Focus in on the positives, the good, and that can sometimes change those energies completely around, even in a workplace with somebody that you can't stand. Been there, done that. All right, so, and then this is perfect. Perfect. The Six of Wands, this is all about communication. This is victory. This is, you know, coming together in support. This is a good thing. This is like, yeah, we did it. We made it through this month. How about this year, right? Okay. And that again is intuitive. You're going to know, your little intuition inside you is going to know when to pull back and when to say, nope, I got to say something. I just got to say something. But just know that I got to say something is actually, you got to sit there again and process really quick in your head. Is this earth or is this spirit? Because if it's earthly and it doesn't matter, like politics, doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, when we pass on, there ain't no politics. There is nothing like politics and Trump and Biden and all that stuff up there fighting over power. Because there's only one power. That's it. So don't, when you sit there and you start to argue, think about that. Is this really earth? Is this something that's really going to matter once I'm gone? No. So then let it go. Do the Frozen. Let it go. All right. All right. So let's see if we can clarify any of this, or see if there's any love. I like to see the love. I'm all about love, truth, and light. All about love, truth, and light. All right. Okay, so we said, ooh, lots of swords. Again, would make sense because we're coming in the end, and the end says something sort of hidden. Somebody's not being straightforward. So we have the Ace of Swords. That is an offering of truth. So, well, who is that to you? Who do you think is going to sit there and now come forward and say, you know what, I was sort of holding something back. Or maybe I wasn't being sort of truthful. Or, hey, you know what? I bought that car without telling you. That's happened before. And then we have the Three of Swords. Ooh. Well, the Three of Swords is actually not that bad. So you remember, if you're looking at the weight deck, it's the heart with the three swords in it. Okay. So it's really not that bad, because here we're coming to, again, there is something that is keeping everybody, and this doesn't have to be love. It could be anything, can be keeping your heart just anxiety and frustrated. Okay, so whatever is keeping that anxiety and frustrated, we're going to work on that towards the end of the month, because we know it's all going to pass. It's just, we got to get through the end of the month. And the Page of Wands is the message that's coming. There is good message of communication coming, and that's what's got to happen with getting to the truth. Pretty much it. Pretty much it. Seriously? Nine of Swords, same thing. Now, Nine of Swords, though, I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody maybe thinking about you, but Nine of Swords is about losing sleep, losing, you know, maybe having just, you can't get it out of your head, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't get rest, you can't. And so you need to release that. Like I said, the energies are going to change in September, but towards the end of the month, that actually, the passion is going to be there. It's just, how much, how can I put this? How much do you want to take? How much do you want to control? Put it that way. We don't need to control anything but ourselves. Let the divine, let the universe, let the energies play everything out. And that's what the planets are aligning about, is just let things lay and play out for right now. And that's what the emperor talks about. The emperor talks about wisdom, talking about, you know, all the authority, everything as far as that moving forward. All right. All right. Is there any other things? Boy, this is going to be an interesting end of the month. Now, I'm going back to your dry desert. So your dry desert, being a little bit more specific with that, whatever that is for you, you are going to need the inner strength. You're going to also need strength of somebody around you to just help lift you up. Yeah, and to manifest the positive out of whatever your desert is. So, you know, for some people, I know their desert is not having a job. Not being able, especially men, for not being able to support their families. And that's the main thing of a man, is to be able to make money, support, grow, have a protection for their family, and it really wears on men. So your desert might be a job. Your desert might be your spirituality and not having any faith, and maybe growing that in whatever that is for you. If it's God, or if it's the universe, or if you're more of a, you believe in everything has energy and matter. You know, there's all different ways to think of your spirituality. Or, you know, you believe in Allah, you believe in the Quran, you believe in the Bible, you believe in, you know, whatever it is. You know, don't look at spirituality as a religion, because it's not. I mean, I grew up Catholic, I was Baptist, I was, you know, I was non-denominational, but it is not. But the thing for me, and you're like, and everybody's like, oh, well, she believes in that. No, listen, I truly was awoken very, very young, but nobody would answer my questions to why I couldn't believe in something else. So that might be something that might be your dry desert. As I put in my Divine Warrior Intuitive Facebook today, one of my posts is like, you know, live yourself, be yourself. Don't live in fake. Don't live in, and some people, maybe that's your dry desert. Maybe you're living a life for somebody else and not yourself. Maybe deep inside, like me, for so many years, you're screaming. Your soul is screaming to please release me. Let me out. Let me be me. And it took me 50 years. Because I was so afraid, living in fear. I was living in fear. I couldn't speak the truth. I couldn't do this, speak the truth, because I was afraid of what everybody else would think. I finally told my daughter, I said, I'm sorry, but I got to be me. The divine is bringing so many awakenings. I cannot hold this in anymore. And boom. It was amazing. It is so freeing. Anyway, I got off on a topic for that. So that maybe is for somebody. Allow your soul to be free. Allow that soul to be free, because faking it until you're making it, it will keep you bonded. Where is that Two of Swords? Where is that? Where are all those bonding cards, right? All right. Oops. Yeah. So newness is coming. Of course, at the end of the month is at the end, and we have some new energies coming up. So some new pure, playful energies. We do. We have some playful energies coming up. Actually, Mercury has just been spinning like crazy. Mercury has been going so fast this month. It's been crazy. So we have some more innocence, more playful, more light energies coming up for you guys. Oh my gosh. Can I just get a couple of cards out? I like it when it does this, though, because then I'm right on track. Okay. So, yes. So, there aren't any pentacles on here. So, this might be just a teaching thing. Because the Three of Pentacles is about teaching and usually work. Like mentorship, apprenticeship, internship, that kind of thing. So, if somebody's dry desert is maybe they were... Oh... They were in an internship or something like that, and you know, I'll tell you here in a second. But if they're in an internship or something to do with school and it got pulled because of the pandemic, you had to stop because of the pandemic, that is your dry desert, and you're like frustrated. What do I do now? Where do I go? I can't go back to this now, or they're not accepting the internships back, or they're not allowing them back, or maybe you got a job and that company hasn't started up yet for like hotels and resorts and things like that. And you're like, now you got to go find another job. Don't know if you're going to go back. This is what I'm talking about in this dry season. So this is a teaching things though. So I'm not quite sure who that's from. So I have family that works for Disney, and we keep very close because I'm going to be going into travel agent. I'm going to be a travel agent. So if you ever want to go to Disney, let me know. But the thing is that it's really sad because like my daughter for many years ago, she was in the Disney program, the college program, phenomenal. If you ever want to get into it or have kids that want to get into it, phenomenal. But because of the pandemic, they had to stop that internship almost immediately and send all those kids home. And they only had like a week to go home. And oh, it was sad. It was just really not a very planned. Nobody was planned for it, but a really, really hard thing to do for those kids because some of them had nowhere to go. This was what they were planning on doing, finishing the internship, work for Disney. You know, what do? That is a huge, huge dry desert. Huge dry desert. And again, this comes with shuffling. So you're shuffling back and forth, don't know what it is that you're shuffling. And it could be you're trying. A lot of the times when we do this is we try to do too many things at one time. So this, again, the end of the month for Libras, make sure that you stay focused in on one thing at a time. Because that's how you're going to get through this dry desert. And that's where you actually need the strength. To focus in on one thing, not everything. So that's for somebody. Somebody is actually trying to, it's too thin. You got too many things going on. All right. There's a lot of truth here, a lot of questions about truth. And that's typical with the way that Venus is opposing Pluto, because love and passion and desire is there, but somebody's not quite being honest. And this whole month again is about uncertainty, a little bit of fear, because we don't know what's happening. We don't have the answers. We don't have, we need the answers to the questions and nobody's got them. Or somebody's lying because they just need to say something. They need to put brown stuff out of their mouth kind of thing. You know what I mean? All right, Libras, what a reading, what a reading. Now remember, protect yourselves, watch those scammers out there. I really am for you. If you need to, if you think you're being scammed on anything, online dating and all that kind of stuff, email me because I help people all over the world. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. And we will talk to you again at the first of the month. Collective is coming up, so please subscribe, hit that bell if you want to watch me live. Anytime I do post, I did post just a really short video about a little 5-minute video about all of what's going on, these African things. So if you hit subscribe and the bell, you'll always know when I'm either uploading something new or I'm on live. All right. I thank you guys. See you on the 1st. Talk to you later. Be safe, be healthy, be strong. Get that strength.